Hunter. The same goes for Timber, really. It looks like a solid Timber game. What does Team Liquid need right now?
LGD.
LGD.
Same goes for. It's like what kind of carry?
Yeah, they just need a carry here.
Yeah, I think not too greedy is kind of what I would say from looking at this.
Is Weaver an option? Bloodseeker has been just banned out.
Yeah.
They just need a carry.
We actually had a crazy stat about Bloodseeker that I didn't write down, but it was like he's been banned something like 30 odd times or 20 something times. I don't know. It's a crazy amount of times and just practically not picked at all. Like he's been banned
TA makes a lot of sense. It kind of goes the same way. Like I was thinking about the Weaver. Weaver historically has been decent against the Lone Druid and benefits from the minus armor. TA is strong as well and benefits from the minus armor. Rosh potential is there. PSG.LGD's draft is like there's no ambiguity here. You know exactly where everyone is going, but it's still strong.
It's like a tiny bit old school, but at the same time, I think it works well because they, against the Lone Druid, because this is the Tide plus TA. I mean, Enigma Galaxy, that was what they got memed about picking every game. But like these two heroes do synergize well together with all the minus armor. You're getting, Statfire Tide. This TA is really set up to kill heroes very, very quickly in this game.
They still get their break, by the way, with the Hoodwink.
Yeah, one thing that we didn't say though was the potential for Monkey King to go. I mean, they could swap, right? So Mickey's normally their mid, but I assume he's picked it up, but he's going to be playing in the safe lane. Do you feel that's going to be swapped?
Oh yeah, of course, because they played with Mickey on safe lane for such a long time. Why not once?
It's going to be Dazzle Monkey lane sounds really tough for the Tide. And I think that's pretty much what they saw this Tide come out like. Yeah, that's a good hero against Lone Druid, but how do you make it have a bad game against Lone Druid? You make it super underfarmed, destroy it in lane. If Tide doesn't get farm, Lone Druid is not going to be afraid of him, or Tide needs to have enough items to like sit in front of towers, anchor smash the bear. He needs to not be squishy. So if he gets off to a slow start, this game could be tricky for PSG.LGD.
Okay. Do you think it's going to get to that point, and do you think that Liquid are going to be potentially taking game one?
I think there's definitely potential. I think their draft is strong enough to take it. I'm still leaning PSG.LGD's favor in PSG.LGD's side because of my bias. And I do think that they have more playmaking capabilities early on in the game.
Okay. That's fine. You're allowed to have that small little bias. I do have a small little bias to our two casters, and they are Trent and Lyrical.
Aw, thank you so much, Nat, and the lovely panel out there. Trent, I'm so excited. I could not be more excited for this game. I saw this one. I was like, Liquid LGD, let's go. The battle out there. I'm going to be real with you. I didn't need to look at the drafts. I was going to say LG was going to win no matter what.
Okay, that's fair.
Where I was feeling. Are you agreeing? Do you think that Liquid pulled something together here?
Coming into it, of course. I think most people are just like, wow, LGD are tearing it up right now. Kind of expect them to keep tearing it up. But I really like the draft from Liquid, I got to say. I think it hits a couple of these like top tier heroes right now. I mean, you and me, this guy, Dawnbreaker, Hoodwink, that's us.
Let's go.
Terrorizing the pubs. And for good reason. These heroes are very frightening in the laning stage, and that's what Liquid need. They need good lanes, try and carry this out, because LGD have obviously been looking very good, and they also have some very solid heroes. Like let's not get it out of our hands here. I don't think it's like really a draft win necessarily on either side. I definitely think that LGD have comfort, and I think we are seeing a recurring problem here at the Major of a Puck first overall picked, and honestly, it's not that bad of a Puck game. So how is that allowed to happen?
I mean, even when it's bad Puck games, like they pick Nyx Assassin or stuff like that, they're still just phase shifting away from everything. So it feels like it almost doesn't even matter. Ame hiding in the shadows the way that TA does. Are they going to find her over there? I mean, Liquid has done a big old wraparound all the way through the jungle here, but they don't manage to connect onto that TA.
30 seconds to battle.
Just hiding back a bit. Interesting. So yeah, a couple of big things that I'm really interested in here is the Tide Hunter. I mean, again, a hero has only been picked one time as far as we could tell. Didn't win that game. Faith Beyond, though, this is the man with the plan, and so often he's just been able to be the difference maker for this team. I want to see what he does.
Yeah, it looks like nothing too... Oh, well, I say nothing too exciting. They're going to get a little bit of damage there. It's like, that's not a staircase.
Do they have detection? They do. They got a sentry ward. Do they drop it? Yeah, they go for it. Oh, no, Ame, this is not the way to start. Can they bring him down? It looks like they will. First blood drawn by Zai. Ooh, giving that extra gold there to Dawnbreaker at the start is scary.
Okay, that was really crafty because I think Ame was like, all right, well, there's no way I die up here versus these two heroes. Like, I'll have some way out after the hammer, but probably wasn't expecting the Dazzle to be up there to start, right?
Yeah.
To get the early kill and then TP down bottom because they're clearly anticipating this lane that they are going to get. of the Monkey King and the Dazzler together. So yeah, Tidehunter, hero, I love this hero. Obviously, he's been very iconic in the pro scene for a long time. Has not been around much lately, though. You know, we've moved on to these Razors and Mars heroes over the past year, and Tide kind of got left behind. He's a little sluggish in the off lane, right? He's a pretty big behemoth dude. He doesn't get around very much. And at the very least, we'll have the Kraken at some point to work within this lane, theoretically, for like dispels and stuff for the poison touch, but overall, you really don't like seeing Monkey King versus you in the laning stage.
No, and did fully commit for that Gush now is, meanwhile, Y going to be brought down low. This is the danger. Level 2 on Dawn, and
listen,
it's
all I'm saying is
scary.
We win our lane with these heroes. All right? So, like, you know.
You're not wrong.
That's a bad sign for the balance.
XinQ. Dude, the power of Dazzle. All right, the lanes are strong for Liquid. That is all I'm going to say. Down bottom, there is trouble of Bruin and Sania. He just walks off all the pressure. And up top, they found the kill also.
Oh, the gosh, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder if he almost wanted it. I don't know how much mana he had left. He had already burned through a lot.
He had 4 tangos and some mangoes.
That's fair.
I think dying, probably a little unnecessary there.
Fair enough. Well, we'll see if he can come back to lane fully stocked up and ready to go. But for now, Y just trying to play a little bit of intercept. Does manage to find the D ward there up on the high ground. So getting a little bit gold back into his way.
I will say, overall, the lane's been very passive this major for the games we've been casting. This has not been the regular.
Oh, why? Vision, he's getting fogged, hides away to the side. Oh, 15 HP, but he couldn't quite connect there. Yeah, not passive this time at all.
No, not whatsoever. And Boxy just still continuing to harass and push up there with that Blightstone. So good early on the Hoodwink. And just a great last pick. They had a couple options, right? They could have done the offlaner hero. They could have gone for something like a Rubik, too. It's a great Rubik game overall. But they wanted this pressure in the lane. They want to really take this and snowball into something. Up top again on the Ame. Very good.
God.
So the way Zion Boxy are playing this, too, where they have the angle of the slow of the hammer to ensure that it doesn't break the tree that you're using for the bushwhack. Because that's a common problem with this duo.
They're killing it. They're getting everything they need to. And, like, why you had access to that camp, but it's only the ensnare creep. You're not really doing that much besides trying to get the harassment out. And Zai playing Dawnbreaker with already the Soul Ring done. They have constant spam. TA, this is going to be tough for Ame. He goes in with the Meld Strike. I mean, any time this wave is away from Ame's tower, it's death sentence potentially.
It's even tough for Y to get out right now and try and find a creep, right?
Yeah.
Like, as this safe, the small camp is blocked, and he's got a hill troll to work with if he wants. He doesn't really have a whole lot of choices, so he's just going to have to take it.
Mid lane, we hadn't really talked about, but yeah, you can see they're going to push on back there and try and break some salves, but with the wave underneath the tower now, it's very dangerous for the TA. Yeah, this is a bit of a classic. Lone Druid has a couple matchups that traditionally he was used in the mid lane for, and Puck was one of them, where you can sort of just, you don't have to really worry about being bullied out, especially since Puck has lost a lot of damage in the past few years in terms of the laning stage, so you can just get away with this and even get a couple kills with the root now, with it being earlier. Faith Beyond trying to stand tall here. The Boundless Strike does not connect onto XinQ, and in fact, with the turnaround cookie, that will be enough to stop Mickey from going for that much more, and actually goes back in for the kill. Grave at level 3 already out. Faith Beyond.
Zai, diving tower.
Yeah, up top, they do find another kill on that Ench. And, well, in the meantime, Insania going to try and keep the pressure onto Faith Beyond. Can he get another touch? He will. But did not get the reapply as the Kraken show was there regardless. So, Liquid forcing back again down bottom. And, I mean, look at the CS. TA is 7-4. She is getting absolutely destroyed.
Oh, and again, just like, keeping up that harass. Like, Y passing over tangos and stuff, but just Ame's still so low here. And Boxy's not even there. Just running around, gonna actually suicide to the neutrals. Just wants to keep the pressure up in the lane, right? So this is something that you want to do where you're just buying out stats. So we've seen this Blight, so we've even seen occasionally like early Wraith bans, even on like Hoodwinks, where you just want to like keep on pressuring as much as possible.
God, and I mean, you look at this, right?
Yeah.
He walks forward with that hammer, and you actually can't come and contest it. Although, maybe with the seed shot, there's some extra damage there now. He's going to have to back away, but we'll have the salve up and can go for another round.
I mean, Zai's just keeping him low, right? So that when the respawn comes from Boxy, they can just go again.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, Tidehunter's lane not going as bad as up top is, but it's scary.
Look what Boxy's done. He's TP to the mid lane. They have a lane ward in place here to see when he's coming up from the TP, right? So they're going to know that he's not there.
Okay.
I might have everyone else kind of wondering a little bit. He's using that ward to get up into that dark part of the jungle.
Nothing to say, lays down one of his own. Yeah, and with level 6 now on the puck, there is some danger for a turnaround if they decide to dive under that tower again.
Yeah, now they see him.
But they get it. A little bit of a bushwhack there, nothing to say. A root, first hit there, forced to drop it, and actually the cookie onto the creep to stun the bear. But very close to some dangerous stuff going on, and why making the rotation over as well as XinQ.
It's 6 minutes, baby. Everybody in the mid lane. 6 minutes means 6 heroes. That has been the theme so far. Oh, it's going to be bottom. Oh, and Sandy gets a lovely regen rune for himself.
Right. Yeah, and again, because you've got Dawnbreaker, Monkey King, when Liquid make those rotations, they can stay in the lane. Ame's walking home.
Yeah.
Ame's level 4 and Zaya's level 6. This is not a fair matchup here at all. He just can't stay. I mean, yeah, TA's game is catastrophic at the moment.
Yeah, they could start mounting some stacks. That would be great. Obviously, they have a TA and a Tidehunter, so both very capable of going for the stacks. But Liquid, you know, they would love to keep fighting. They're going to have this Monkey King who might play a little bit aggressive, could be scouting up for these stacks. Dawnbreaker, of course, can then join in these moments while still farming. Hoodwink, an excellent hero to set up for these kind of plays from a Dawnbreaker because you can just run around, scurry in through that jungle, set up a bushwhack into the Solar Guardian, and you're going to have that big burst damage at level 6. Now, keeping that in mind, we are also going to have Ravage plus Mortimer Kisses, which is very dangerous. And Snapfire plus pretty much anyone can get kills at level 6. That could be their comeback mechanism.
Faith Beyond not quite level 6 himself. Mickey forced to throw out that Boundless Strike, but the Stomp is going to... Oh, just barely gets away. The Boundless Strike gave him enough to get the jump. Enough time not getting hit there. So well played.
Now we get that mid lane Templar Assassin at this point.
Yeah.
Ame's got to find something. Nothing to say, just kind of wondering where his lane went. But, you know, he'll just hang out up here with a Dream Coil, hoping that they're going to dive the TA. Maybe catch this down. Oh, Insania. Uh-oh.
Yeah, gotta be careful. I mean, to be honest, though, getting that extra little couple of free hits onto the tower, if they could lose that pretty soon here,
yeah, they know he's lurking,
position.
As you can see.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And obviously, the laning stage has been superb from Liquid. Everything that they could have wanted, and in fact, gonna maybe take down XinQ here, as well as they do have the Starbreaker. No follow-up, though.
Wow, impressive. There's not many heroes that could have survived in a situation like that.
Dire's top tower.
Sai level 7, yeah, 4 points in that hammer. Ame finds a DD rune, will take that to the jungle.
Oh, those Ancients are stacked. It's go time.
Yeah, he needs this recovery. I think that this has got to be one of the moments where you just take some me time. You know, only 1 point in the Psy Blades, but
it
the
hurts.
TD gotta get it. God, can he even do this? I don't know if he can.
Team?
This is very hard for him to deal with.
Yo, why? Do you have a Nature's Tendency out there? But no, sorry.
My God, refraction.
Oh, it's getting spicy.
All right, I mean, without the DD, that doesn't happen. He needed that so badly. What a win. Man.
Oh, Boxy gonna get a lovely D ward here. From that sentry down. Also one of the benefits of Hoodwink, of course, that you can actually check the high grounds. The hero with the trees.
Dire's bottom tower
Okay.
is under attack.
Turned on again. Insania's nearby. We'll throw out a little bit of a poison touch in the back off, but Ravage is available, so have to be careful about any overextensions that come out from Liquid. In the meantime, though, XinQ, I think, is also getting relatively close. Level 5.5, so almost there, but Matumba Man's already taken the tower.
Yeah, he is looking mighty huge, only behind Zai at this point in the game. So just great decision to make this the core. Dawnbreaker this game saw an opportunity with the lanes where there wasn't really going to be a setup that she was going to do poorly, and obviously she's already a very strong laner, but when you can really bully and push out that opponent, that's what you love to see. So going to take down that tier 1 tower and going to head down bottom. So you're going to have Zai sort of playing in this this Ravage zone.
God, yeah, and he's just doing whatever he wants. Very interesting.
Yeah, is Taiga or Insania really going to live here? No, he's dead.
A chase down is there. Did have to use the Ravage, though? No. So that's going to be a big win. LGD getting on the board a little bit and much needed.
What is this? Insania advertising for Taiga's Insta. We got MSS has SVG in his tag. All right, guys, relax.
Listen, it's the love. You got to have some love. But I think that, you know, the last couple of minutes, you see this 3,000 gold lead at 10 minutes. the strength that we are hoping to see from LGD is going to come out from those ultis, but I'm wondering if they're going to be too far in the tank where it might not even end up mattering.
There's also an issue of the cooldowns, which is something that Liquid don't necessarily have to worry about.
Cookie in, Grave is there, looking for a turn, going to Solar Guardian away, but no, they dropped the Ravage for it, and that is worth, I got to imagine, Faith Beyond. Finding that kill onto Zai and Sania, gonna drop down next is, wait, they actually just dropped everything. Okay, never mind, they kill Faith Beyond. Xingqiu, maybe a bit too far forward as Matumba Man the Bear shows up, but the enchant slows down enough where he can't find a route.
And Insania also going down to the burn from those kisses. Almost survived, but the last little DOTs to take him down. So the interesting part of putting the Dawnbreaker down bottom is that typically with these Dawnbreakers, what we like to see is the hero hitting creeps and just waiting for the your allies to be gone on, obviously. So Solar Guardian. It's much more difficult when you're in this like dead lane scenario, which has kind of happened here. Like they sort of know this is where LGD wants to apply the pressure, and putting Xayah as the face there takes away a lot of the benefits of the Dawnbreaker.
Yeah.
So I feel like that might have been a bit of a mistake. Obviously, that just must come down to that they wanted to do that because they were more invested in getting some value on Mickey at the moment, giving him a safer place to farm.
Right, and you can see, though, afterwards, Zai going to hang out up on the top side for a little bit here, waiting for his ulti to come back out. But LGD, they're not going to be deterred. They want to make the rotation and find that Monkey King up on the top side of the map. Mickey, will he be found out, though? Smoke will break in a second here. We'll see if they can quite connect.
It's not an easy kill.
And a jump. This would be the moment. Yeah, he knows.
That's
he
gonna
knows.
give it away.
Good job by Mickey.
Yeah, no kisses there to combo even with the coil, so would have been a bit rough.
And the constant, steady stream of right clicks into a tower. Although Boxy goes for the sharpshooter, just letting him know, Faith Beyond, that he's got your number.
Yeah, forced the TP from the puck. Didn't end up completing it, but that means that no rotation possible. Nothing to say now.
Oh, he caught him. He didn't think he was going to get him there. And now in a little bit of trouble with the Solar Guardian turn. Okay, maybe this is not going to go so well.
There, but I'm looking at him like there's no snap. Like this monkey's not dead.
Yeah. I wonder if that was planned the whole time. I don't know if Snap showed on a wave or something there, but that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think they saw Xingqiu down bottom when he went for that play onto Faith Beyond side.
Oh, and I love this. The Orchid getting picked up for Dawnbreaker. You talked about what's the answer for Puck.
Yeah.
Just buy an answer.
And there it is. Instantly silenced up there and gone.
Damn.
And now you're going to force that that bad itemization of a Puck, right? And instantly shift kills. He has boots of travel. He's all psyched up. He's like, yeah. Oh, I'm going to get bots on my Puck. It's going to be awesome. And Yules.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man.
He knows what he needs to do.
So much
Boxy,
my fun game.
in the meantime, doesn't even need the scurry, but he got the really cool sharpshooter to get away there from the Tidehunter. That's pretty nice.
And that is the Blink Dagger there as well for Faith Beyond, so they're well aware of that.
Finally, getting on the board for LGD, taking this bottom tier 1 tower. Now, we always knew that if LGD was going to win this game, it was going to be around the big ultis, making sure that they don't lose too much when the cooldowns are low. And they're still keeping this lead like around the same area, but I feel like Liquid have that potential to try and sort of choke them out of the map and really close in on places where LGD can farm. But at least for now, they haven't been able to do that completely.
Things could certainly be worse for LGD. Only being 2K down at this point, I feel like you'll almost kind of take that. Like the fact that we're actually just surpassing Ame managing to hop over Mickey, very impressive. I mean, he's been a little bit more involved and sort of like off the map a bit for Mickey and applying to these more dangerous waves, but still, Ame is keeping up the pace. Definitely going to be nothing to say. He's going to have the hardest time, right? I feel like he's going to become the third core very quickly. Tidehunter is a greedier offlaner. He likes to have more gold and get these bigger items on the earlier end of the game. And with the Orchid being there for nothing to say and trying to target him down, it's going to be very difficult for him to keep accelerating.
No, they aren't going to go there. There's always that danger that if you find the first stun, it's going to turn into something really bad afterwards. Smoke up now with 3. Matumba Man finishing Deso. You got to imagine if they can win a fight here into Roche or taking one of those tier 2 towers. And for now, they find one. This is the Diffusal Blade reveal, and there's just no answer.
No. Hoodwink is so good at just like instantly shutting down those fights too, right? That big burst. Yeah, imagine.
Looking for more there. Matumba Man almost got him. Yeah, the hoodwink chase potential is unreal.
Right back to that mid wave, and as I said, they can just start thinking about those objectives. To me, the big objective would probably be just top, right?
Okay.
You want to control that whole area. You can see the circle now from Alme just saying, like, we need to figure this whole area out. And the question is, can you take down LGD if they want to come fight you with the Roche? I feel like, well,
This is far, though. The Ravage, the turn. Do they have enough to kill him? Silo dead. They got a bit too greedy. They will clean up Q, but why? Now also in some trouble. And the Bushwhack. Faith Beyond. He thought he could take this fight, but it won't happen. A double kill from Mikke. It comes at the cost of Zai, but they will take that.
Yeah, that's a bit of a classic, huh? Yeah, the puck's not there, unfortunately. Had a DD, too, that he's just able to pick up as well. And so, yes, you take down the Dawnbreaker, but at a huge cost, plus spending the ulti. So it's going to be a long time where they can't fight them, can't contest them, and that's exactly when they want to head into the Roche pit. Because if there's any place you want to spend all these big ultis, it's Roche, right? Knowing that Liquid want to go for that on the earlier end. So we still have the Mortimer Kisses, though. They might be, they might feel forced to actually contest this.
And I mean, again, this anticipation, the Tumble Man's there, but they were not quite anticipating Mikke getting quite as quick of a turnaround. Why? Now also chased. And from downtown Boxy, there to clean up the kill. Nothing to say. Oh, the Orchid! It comes out. Zai doesn't quite find him, though. He was able to juke to the side. Nothing to say. Somehow able to escape from that one. Did a little ring around the tree. But they will get the Aegis. Bearman strong.
Yeah, and he's really taking his time right now on Nothing to Say to try and find some farm to get this Yules. Has to have some kind of an option. It won't be free, though, of course. There will be a couple tools as you're coming out of that Yules that could be a bit dangerous here from Liquid.
Yeah, there's more than a few things there to catch. Whether it's Savage Roar or, I mean, even timing the Starbreaker could be a little bit tough, but you got the Aghanim Shard now on the Dawnbreaker, so Magic Immunity.
Yeah, and I mean, it's still a puck with no blink, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, you have Yules, but unless that orb is out there preemptively before the Orchid, you're still in big trouble.
True. Well, they have access now to the Outpost and Tier 2 tower taken. Liquid, they keep on stacking up these objectives one after the other. The net worth lead still keeping it somewhat close. And, I mean, they need to get a fight where they actually have Ame there to deal damage. Nothing to say to deal damage around that Ravage. It feels like until that moment comes, LGD is always going to be on the back foot.
Why just playing the Vanguard here, sitting on the staircase in between the enemy team and Ame, and so he will pay the price, but kills, of course, not worth that much gold these days. It's essentially what's just like keeping them afloat right now.
Yep. Nothing to say. Mikke there. Solar Guardian tries to jump out. They get their vision. Oh, wait, they cut the tree. A little bit of a misplay. Nothing to say. Now able to get a little bit of distance so the Orchid won't be there in time. As they chase, nothing to say, gets out. So yeah, I think that was the hammer thrown at the same time. Yeah, I know, right, exactly. Yeah, they're still taking buildings.
Yeah, unfortunately that hammer in the trees, some poor interactions there when you get a monkey and a hoodwink on your team. So far they've been avoiding it. Not this time.
Faith Beyond's hunting. He's thinking about this here. They've all got heroes in the area.
Yeah, there's the smoke. So the Blink, Ravage, the Mortimer Kisses, and if you line them up with the side blades, it's just like bowling, baby. You knock them down, right? Looking for a couple strikes, some spares, clean up the 7-10 split.
Yeah,
these are all these American terms, all right? Start Googling.
That's how
he's going to hit a triple. We need to explain baseball rules to the Euros.
I know, there's no way.
You know, they didn't understand the Rangers game going on in the hotel.
It's too complicated. Ame looking, trying to find a strike. I can't do it anymore. I'm done.
Unless it's baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, then he doesn't want the strike. He wants the grand slam.
Yeah, that's the one that they want. And meanwhile, Matumpa just takes the tower.
That's a lot simpler.
Yeah, exactly. 20 minutes. There's just nothing there separating them. All the cores from Liquid are so freaking farmed. You got BKB now done on Monkey King as well. They have played this like early laning stage into mid game just fabulously.
All right, but you see Faith Beyond, he purchases the Ags. Now Tidehunter has the best voice line when he gets the Ags, because he says, and so it falls to me, because that's how I feel whenever I have to buy this item.
Oh, yeah.
It says we're losing and I gotta push out these waves.
Oh, from downtown they do get the bear. Bear goes down. Okay. So it falls to him.
Yep, there it is. Gush.
It's not going to quite do enough. I mean, that is one thing. They've got spectacular high ground defense. They've got good ways to push out the creep waves. Nothing to say. Throws out the orb. The Hoodwink will not quite be able to catch him. Zai cooldown in 4 on Orchid.
Remember, first overall pick of the entire draft. I just want to point out again. First overall pick.
Boundless Strike cuts it.
Yeah, all right. Well played.
Oh, wait. They got to be careful, though. The wrap is coming. They're looking for the turn. Faith Beyond, he's got the moment. He's got the moment. Can they jump? Do they want to? Mickey pops the BKB, though. Catches all the rest of them. Still hanging on to that Ravage for now. As Zai in trouble, will get killed. Ravage comes afterwards, only for the dazzle. Was anticipating more heroes there, but LGD, they win a fight.
Press 1 in chat if you blink Ravage those 3 heroes.
Yeah,
Instead of being patient. See, he was patient. All right, only use the Ravage when he had to. Guarantee that kill. And that way you don't get burnt by the BKB that was there. So then they still force out the BKB. They lose no heroes. And it's that simple. In terms of the swing and how quick it can happen, that's like a 1,400 gold swing. Right? They're cutting that lead in half. That Liquid have, and they quickly move to the objective with the damage they have from this Templar Assassin.
The big question, though, is now with Ravage on cooldown, how much can Liquid get? How far do they want to try and push the sort of tactical advantage they're going to have here?
Oh, but wait, Matu. He doesn't have the Sages in 8 seconds.
At the same time, the timing of this, oh, Matumba, man, a bit too greedy, turns into true form.
And they're not TPing. No one else is coming.
Okay,
They don't have coil.
All right.
We'll relax. We'll relax.
I was getting a little bit dicey there, a little afraid. But yeah, getting into the AC next here for Liquid. Yeah, this next Aegis is going to be the one where I feel like LGD have to be able to contest and take it away.
Now they're looking for that fight intro with the Solar Guardian. Gonna start it off, get the TP. Who's the first grab?
Mickey does have a couple seconds left on BKB, and there it is. Cookie afterwards, stun onto 2. Solar Guardian, the chase and the kill. Q in some trouble, will get brought down. So both supports eating dirt while all the lanes get shoved out by the other heroes of LGD.
That was almost an excellent TP, just saying.
That was
really
good.
Close. They were out of stuns.
They were not out of damage, though.
No, they do still have quite a bit of that, it turns out here. But Liquid, you know, I'm sure they're feeling a little bit of this pressure of just like, man, you know, obviously they can't see the net worth and how close it's been this whole time.
Right.
But it's, you know, they're still keeping pace pretty well on LGD. But like you were just saying before this fight started, the next Roche. It's certainly going to be a big thing here. That shard will be coming out. They're going to have that confidence to head towards the high ground.
It was right there. That was his moment.
And then it's all going to come down to, is Ravage there? And when is that perfect moment to use it? And what's the counter to Ravage? The BKBs.
Right. Well, and I would say that, like, the thing that you're talking about of you know, the not necessarily, obviously, being fully aware of what the net worth difference is, but if nothing else, it's annoying to have to chase these heroes around the map one after the other. You know, sometimes you pick them off, sometimes, like we just saw there with Nothing to Say, you don't quite connect onto it. But if they can actually find that fight and Liquid can force it by getting Roche, by getting, you know, a tier 3 tower or something, that's when they start to feel really good.
Luckily, they play in the same region as Tundra, so they are mentally steeled versus this constant running around the trees.
We do have Blink, Ravage ready to go. 5 heroes grouped together. Now, there are BKBs and the scan connects, so Liquid know this is coming. And Zai there to break it right to start. Nice. Pops BKB. So unbelievably ready for that one. Now going through onto Ame, but look at the damage out onto him. Nothing to say, and the Ravage comes out afterwards. Is it going to be enough? They take down 2. Insania already dead. Matumba Man's in trouble. Oh, Mickey, he needs to do this one pretty much all on his own. He turns one onto another. They find the Hoodwink stun. LGD, do they have enough? Mickey living through it. The Yule Scepter lift up to break the lifesteal. And now the turn, the kill. LGD, how do they keep doing it?
Oh, just so well done. And the setup perfectly with the Yules for the cookie after. Guarantee the fine finish on that fight. And it starts out kind of good because, like, sure, you get the BKB off as they're jumping, but they didn't commit anything too huge, right? Just a little poke and prod there from Nothing to Say. And just what we were sort of talking about, this idea of just setting it all up with the Ravage, right? After that Ravage, you had Matu as well as Insania perfectly lined up, and Ame is just slicing and dicing like the slap chop infomercial down in the cafeteria in the morning. He could have been up there, right? Selling products.
Jeez. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, realistically, that's the best you could hope from Zai, right? He stops the smoke gank in its tracks, pops the BKB, is able to stay in front of all of it, but then Ame just kills him. He's just got so much damage, needs some more armor. And AC coming out soon for the Lone Druid will help to solve some of that, but I mean, it's scary. It's very scary. Again, comes down to Roche. We're 2 minutes away. What can they do to sort of get some type of advantage over the map up until that point?
Yeah, certainly a bad scenario here for Liquid. And the fact that Ravage will be back up by the time the Roche is spawning.
Yeah, that would have been huge if it spawned right there.
Yeah, that would be great for them. Have a chance without this in play here. As you see these wards, yeah, they are everywhere right now. Wards getting knocked down. I feel like wards get destroyed so often now. Like we're constantly spamming sentries all over the whole map. People are putting pillar wards down in team fights. It feels like that's the more important aspect of having visions. And our long-standing wards, yeah, and gems of course. Our long-standing wards are these like sneakier ones and sort of like bad spots in a sense where they don't provide much vision, but much less likely to get caught by the sentries.
Yeah, Liquid have nothing out on the map right now. They just don't see a thing. And likewise, LGD, they just have that one pillar. Watch and wait for it. Oh. So they're keeping that armor up. And that is going to be for potentially the pivotal fight, as everybody has frost armor.
And a hasted puck.
Oh, man. Going up there. They drop down vision. They see Insania right at the start. Gonna jump onto him. Solar Guardian afterwards. It is not enough. The coil is there also on the Matumba Man. Foxy trying to interrupt this, but the Ravage is out. The damage is done. Liquid, you're in trouble. Mickey, he drops the ulti, but I don't know if it's gonna be able to keep him in there. LGD just walks away and he's forced to TP out and he gets broken. Doesn't manage to escape. Oh, it all fell apart so quickly. It was looking so good for Liquid.
LGD, like, approaching the cliff, always a very scary prospect, but they've got that mobility on their heroes right now. So they plant the ward down, they're able to target exactly how they want during these fights, and that instant jump and the inability to really stop it from Liquid, losing Insania right away. Mickey up on the tree, not BKBing before attempting to go for the Wukong's command, gets him caught in the Ravage. So that creates a very good start to the fight for LGD, and it's just a matter of T-ball, just setting it up, knocking him down.
God. I mean, and now Roche is up right as you're dead on the Lone Druid and the Monkey King. This just could not be going better for him. But that vision, they place it up, and you see Insania.
Like
he was walking to get it.
I'm just warding.
That's all he wanted. Oh, just a couple of seconds quicker. That's the difference right there. Because if Liquid finds him and gets the ward up first, what could have been?
That's Dota. We got a Aegis. We have Shard on the TA. We have our Shard on our Snapfire as well, of course, with those stuns being thrown up. I think they're the only two that have sharded up so far here.
That's not a word we should be using.
Sharded.
There you go. Good job. Save that for the
all over the map.
The Jenkins Suns fan cast.
I'm just trying to give the people what they want. All right, I understand them.
17-14.
They said, "Oh, please, more sports references from North America."
Absolutely. Oh, they got him. This is what Liquid need right here.
Oh yeah, now they're on the power play.
That was
it's a 5-on-4.
That's a very good stun.
That's 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes gone
for roughing.
Oh, look at the mangoes. Oh, that's pretty nifty. It's the shovel action.
It's that Lone Druid, he's a little fruit stand. He's got lots of slots. He's like, Wraith Bands? No, that's not cool.
I want the consumables. Man, but look at that. Win probability, 81%. Look at how high it was. I think it was that far up for Liquid. 5 towers, and it just didn't matter. But they're not willing to give up without a fight. And they are wrapping right now. This is a good angle. They find Ame right at the start, able to get that stun. Do they have enough to bring down Ame? Bash caught. Is it going to be enough for the kill? A miss on the sharpshooter, but still, they take down the Aegis.
How isolated, though, is he on the re-up?
He's got to be careful. They do have Faith Beyond coming in from the side. They're trying to zone him out with Matumba Man, but BKB Ravage is out. Will they be able to keep him alive? It doesn't look like it. It was a big attempt for a save from LGD, but it's not good enough. Can they find more? Why? Trying to run away. The Orchid is there. On the other angle, they catch and kill the Snapfire. So LGD losing 3 in the last couple of minutes.
Faith Beyond.
And they got him too. Do they have enough afterwards? Zai chasing. It's getting a little bit back and forth here as Y is also being chased down. They're just running around the whole map. They will get the slowdown there, but the coil comes out. Now the Boundless Strike trying to run in after him. Can't quite connect to the Enchantress, who just sprinks his way away.
Yeah, I'm sure a little bit frustrating that you can't get an extra kill there, but you get a couple after taking down the Aegis. Moving forward now, Matu running straight down that mid lane.
Oh, and 40 seconds with no TA, no buyback either. Do they want to try and take this building? I mean, they'll take it quickly. That is the benefit of the Liquid lineup. You win a fight, you're taking objectives.
Grab that glyph there as well, so that's going to get burnt here.
Good blink away. AK not able to hit with the stun. They know that there's no Ravage. Cooldowns down, and Liquid take advantage.
So this fight for them now has given them much better map control at this point. Going to help them out quite a bit. They managed to take the outpost. They've also now farmed up that halberd here. So potential to really ruin the fights here for Ame, especially catching before that BKB pops out. Things looking a little bit more hopeful here for the Liquid fans now.
Yeah, I mean,
this is the most I've seen Dota Buff, or Dota Plus swing, rather. Shout out to Dota Buff, helping us out here.
It's been all over the place, dude. I mean, it really has. And now we're back up almost towards even again. I mean, that is what's crazy, right? Is that with this type of a lineup, I mean, you very much can swing just off of one or two misclicks, one ward placed down before another, and suddenly, if you win a fight, particularly without buyback on LGD's side, the game will just be over.
I feel like Nothing to Say is really going to be roaring back into this game, though, you know?
Yeah.
He got slowed down by that Orchid, but after the Yules, I'm looking really strong. And again, we're now back to this idea that they don't really have the best overall control for the hero. And as these BKBs start to wear down, he's going to become more relevant. And of course, later in the game, once he gets 25, which isn't, I say later in the game, he's not that far off at this point. He's already level 22.
Yeah.
So still something to be concerned about. And then we're going to have the humongous upgrade of the Refresher on Faith Beyond. Surely the next like massive increase for LGD in this match.
When you get that up, I mean, then you sort of got an answer for the BKBs in a way. You can sort of hit that second round as long as they can survive through the first iteration of BKB damage that's coming out. But where do we go next? BKB done for Zai on top of that halberd, like you're talking about, a lot of utility, and hit the luminosity, one less hit for the crit.
Yeah, of course, and that like healing your allies, of course, just like, increasing that possibility. It's really great.
Nothing to say. Where does he decide to go next? As they do have some little vision out there with the traps. Liquid also maintaining pretty good area around their side lanes. But for now, at least, we're just waiting for that next Roche, it looks like. Unless there's going to be some type of a smoke around another big item. But it doesn't really feel like it. Basher done too.
Yeah, and it's really tough for Liquid to gain map control in these situations with 5v5 because of the pop. Because like, you're just so fast at doing these waves and getting back to your team.
LGD heading out now.
Nothing
Who are they going to find? Breaks smoke, backs out. Faith Beyond did too, and they don't like it.
Yeah, it's just a bad situation. Where, like, you get the vision, you don't want to like blind jump up there as the puck. Don't want to be forced to Yules up on the high ground like that.
Yeah, they're going to ward around their triangle instead. So
it is a really good time for them to fight, though, because if they take a fight and it's the earliest spawn on Roche, they'll still have Ravage back. So I think that's why LGD are sort of going for this right now.
Yeah, and of course, getting closer to that Refresher, but still wants to save for buyback. We'll send out a couple of illusions to scout the way. Still very far away from that one. And yeah, I mean, for Liquid's point of view, I mean, I'm not even sure what the circumstances are that they want to take a fight. Like, their initiation is very odd. It depends a lot, I guess, upon Hoodwink being able to catch somebody who's, you know, pushing one of these side lanes or something.
I do think this is one of those games where the Wukong's 25, I say this every game, but I do think it's one of the best talents in existence. Like, TA obviously also very good with the refraction instances that she does have, but that Wukong is so hard to fight into, especially when you're playing with a right clicker like TA, where she's like trying to maneuver around, and this Monkey King's getting very farmed. It's difficult for your allies to actually assist you, you know. The Force Staffs and the Hurricane Pikes are nice. On the original Wukongs, that thing gets upgraded though, it's big, you know.
Yeah.
It's hard
it
to
gets
handle.
huge. And, you know, it's to the point right now where one Force Staff was enough to get Ame just about outside of the Wukong's command. A second one won't be that lucky, as You can see that they're going all in for it. LGD, no half measures. They have
They're
the
all in on
refresher
Monkey
done.
too. There's no buyback right now on Mickey.
Scary stuff. He needs to get that BKB off. Abyssal Blade done.
Same
Get some
thing
vision.
for Matu as well.
Up on the high ground, Liquid, they're being wrapped on. They smoke themselves, walk up. Matumba Man, front and center, Ravage down, round one. BKB out, Faith Beyond, pops for pressure, gets a second one. Is it going to be enough, though? No, the save, it's not there. Matumba Man dead 80 seconds, but they find Ame. This is pretty good. Mickey connection killed, and no buyback on Ame. Mickey, able to get out of the tree right before things went south. There is going to be a coil, leashed up, turns to try and survive through this, but the grave is there, the heal is there, and nothing to say. He's gone. Double for Zai. They keep finding more, and Liquid, this is the fight that they needed.
Well, whether you're getting hunted or not, you can always buy back on Dazzle. So Insane gets back in for the save.
Oh, and they find now onto Y. Cookie comes out, but it won't be enough to save that inch. And 3 dead. They do tick into buyback now on Ame.
Oh, look at that Roche timer, though.
Oh my God, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. The pain.
Yeah, they will not be rewarded with any Roche benefits here, but what do we got? We got Snap and we got Tide, so we can gush out this wave a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to have to buy back on at least one, so the puck coming back in.
And he ticked into buyback on TA, too,
Yeah.
so okay, we're good.
Yeah, they're going to get one buyback out of the puck, but the not getting Roche definitely hurts.
Well, what a strange way for that fight to go, too, because it looked so strong for LGD, both by their positioning and the opening salvos of the Ravage, but Mickey actually got double Ravage sitting on top of a tree without BKBing, and Ame walked right next to him. He didn't even realize. He walked out of the tree and abyssaled him.
Feels bad.
And then he just got comboed down with the help of Zai.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Well, the lane's going to be in, again, slightly better position. Got to push this one out here down bottom. But it means that there's going to be everything back up again. Refresher, Ravage, it's all going to be ready by the time we get this next Roche fight. That being said, the net worth lead definitely has been brought down a little bit. And of course, the big kill there onto the puck means there was a buyback used for him. So buyback for Dazzle, buyback for puck, not available for the Roche fight.
And although he has the Yules for the defensive item, he does not have a choice versus this Abyssal Blade.
Yeah.
Is rather scary. And they, of course, have the Chainstone to keep that going. And soon we'll be up to 25 on that Dawnbreaker. Seeing a lot of the double Starbreaker.
Oh, it's so good.
Very good at pickoffs in the late game, just to help for the chain stun.
That's so much damage.
Radiant are scanning.
Depending on how you time it, you think you can get 3 of the Luminosity procs too. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Well, Trickster Cloak, a couple more items coming out now. And at 38 minutes, Liquid and LGD squaring off on this side. I mean, LGD don't know the timing. Matumba Man dispels, but Bear taking a good chunk of damage there. God, they got to be so upset about this Roche.
Well, you know, it's been a late one. Roche, he's sleeping in today. Taking a bit of time off. Taking some me time.
That's right. Jumps, finds him, stun, combo, but they interrupt the Ravage, the force staff, the Cookie, everything for Ame, and now look at them, they're all lined up together. Ame down on the low ground, the Cookies come through. It's terrible for Liquid, Mickey in trouble. He's gonna fall. Zai also starting to drop. All the save in the world, and it was everything they needed. 5 for nothing.
LGD are just, they're Obi-Wan. They're the kings of the high ground. I know, but both fights now, they have that exact positioning that you'd love to see, and somehow Liquid is just trapped in a ball at the bottom of these stairs, and the weakness of the Lone Druid in a way in terms of just like these BKBs, right? Not wanting to pop into it yet, still purchasing one again on the hero now, and he just got wrecked by Faith Beyond, even though like his allies BKB'd early, right? Feels like Matu's really struggling to get a lot of damage out in these fights.
God, I mean, you take a look at this again, and Ame is the damage,
I mean,
right?
and the saves too, right? Like,
yes.
He gets gone on like this, the Ravage initially, even they're just trying to wail into him, but Matu just stuck, and again, Ravaged again.
Yeah. Oh,
and then
man.
forced it. What an angle, too. I think it was probably his own Hurricane Bike at that point, but still.
He just
beautiful
gets
stuff.
all around.
And that's something where we constantly get these situations in the late game where you see Enchantress and you're just like, oh yeah, right, the hero's back, right? It's got this sort of a parabolic relationship in Dota where it's like really, really strong at the first with the creeps, and then your mid game can be kind of weird sometimes, but then late game, you get a little bit of space. You're just heaving this pure damage and cutting right through all these defensive options.
God. And just like that, that's all it takes. And they have lost 2 lanes of racks now. Obviously, Liquid don't want to buy back with the, respawns this close. So, goodness gracious. Trent, that one was rough. I mean, this is the thing, right? Is that when you have this sort of one hero that you have to focus on, Ame is all of that damage. If you don't get the kill, if there are saves there, you're going to be balled up. You're going to be grouped together. You've got 3 melee cores.
Yeah, they're struggling to get this sort of like a puck-esque hero, right? The Spirit who can cut to the backline, because are we ever initiating on the Ench or the Snap? Not really, right? It feels like we're just like brute forcing these engagements right now when it comes to how Liquid's doing it. And so they're not able to finesse themselves to catch one of these saves early on.
Right.
But they also maybe don't want to burn their BKBs trying to kill an Ench or a Snapfire when after that you're going to get ravaged, right? So it's a very difficult dilemma for them in these engagements, and unfortunately they have not yet found a solution.
No, I mean, the solution is they need puck. Apparently that hero's still pretty good, or something else along those lines. But I think the bigger issue is just that this draft was not supposed to get to this point for Liquid, and LGD did a fabulous job of shutting down that early momentum. You looked at how much damage was coming out to those towers. They had 5 towers down, when I think LGD only had 1. And it just didn't matter. And now we're seeing there are a couple of 25s that have come out. We saw just a second ago the Refraction instances, Pierce's spell immunity, but also Mickey has that outer ring. So all is not lost, but it's pretty grim for Liquid.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to hold on for now at least.
It is difficult for LGD to go high ground. I don't imagine they're going to force unless they see a really prime opportunity. That is certainly the truth. Especially versus that massive Wukong's command, because he's going to want the Refresher. This is a pretty common build at this point with the Monkey Kings, right? They want to get that humongous ulti twice. I mean, you look at Nothing to Say, he's got over 400 last hits of this game, and not many of those are jungle. Now, this guy has just been catching these waves non-stop this game and forcing these positions onto Liquid.
He's been doing a great job and not getting caught that often against heroes that would be. But the Ravage in interrupting it. They get round 2. The damage is there. They buy back on both. This could be a bad fight if they can make it work. But can they keep LGD stuck here? LGD just back out.
There's no catch.
There's nothing. Damn.
They're going to have to smoke out after this one, I'm sure. Right?
Yeah.
The Ravages are down. They know they have to go for something at this point.
You've got to make something happen.
I don't think you're going to wait for another moment here. But that was a good start because they managed to get the Ravages came out while there was a Bushwhack still on the TA. So at the very least, like, she couldn't instantly capitalize on it. But unfortunately, they obviously weren't able to get any of the BKBs off there. At least not right away.
And they do have the Refresher Shard now passed over to the Tide. So they're ready for another round of Ravage. And he got the level 25 1-second stun. So if they go up there, it's not free.
It's a big old wraparound coming here. They've got 1 ward still above the Roche.
LGD are so ready for this. They saw this coming yesterday. They knew this wraparound was coming from a while ago. Nothing to say. Can they catch him? Hunting. Hoping to find him. They got so much vision up here.
Look at these traps. What is this?
They're ready. And now Creepwave coming into the base. LGD, they're ready to walk forward. Nature's attendants and then run in. Dude, they know exactly where they are. Oh, LGD, they were prepared. A good bushwhack, but the chase is there. Run forward, stun out, Refresher. There's the Ravage onto both. And with that, Matama Man going to drop. Mickey, can he salvage this? Goes for a couple more punches onto Xingqiu. The disarm, the chase. Good damage onto him. But TA just clapping away. And with that, it's going to be PGL.LGD. Perseverance, like tenacity, give me a word, because they were able to go through the hardest early game that I've ever seen.
High ground.
High ground. That's fair.
Every good fight, you know, they're starting in an excellent position. We can go with puck as well. Clearing waves. There's quite a few terms and ways they're able to take the W here for LGD. I had to make sure the panel was still there, you know.
Oh, they're chilling. They're ready.
There, don't worry.
God, yeah, that was, I mean, think about how, like, Ame was level 4 walking back to base when Dawnbreaker was level 6.
Yeah, that hurts. That hurts for the Liquid fans in hindsight as to how well this game started. But I think really the key to me was trying to enable Matu in the fights. That felt pretty rough these games. Like,
yeah,
these several games actually. He's really good hitting the
He's going to be just fine to back off. He all set up. He's going to go for a run on this Tiny. DP up, but the curse is there. X-Nova not going to play around with this man. Just lock him down and take him out. That'll be another kill to go the way of Haka, perhaps, and it will be. Haka will take this one. Another kill for the side of RNG. And still, just no escape for Talon from this game number 1. Not quite yet.
Yeah, they're getting some build-up. Mikado has at least one defensive item to break off the Ancient Seal with the Yules. The Blink Dragon Tail is still going to be an issue. It does allow a little bit more play on that puck. And Savage again just holding on to the gold, trying to make a decision between... But yeah, 17k lead for RNG, 5-31. They have everything. AC going to be up on Ana now, fully finished up. Finds Savage and...
Very, very tough times, John. Very, very tough times. Well, they haven't gotten high ground yet on RNG, so there's that positive. You know, it's... I'm trying to look at the brighter side. John, KP's gone. It's not very bright, though. Makoto. The tree line, he goes in the path. Zephyr, he's going to jump in with a big avalanche pulse, and that'll find Kaka. So they get something for their trouble. Problem is, they are going to lose 2 for this as Zephyr. Asks for the high five and gets it. But he's gone. He is certainly gone. They'll have a little bit of fun before he dies. High ground perhaps is coming.
Oh, Mikado.
Chase him down, there's your curse out, X-Nova. Gonna hold him down long enough. Anna setting up Makoto. He'll phase shift, but how does he get out of this? It's not going to be easy. In fact, it's going to be nearly impossible. Does go down to the puck. Once the T3 tells, they go and Talon. I'm not sure if they want to try and hold against these racks going down, John, but maybe they see some light at the end of the tunnel with their draft. I personally don't. It's the mid T3 they go.
Yeah, it's Dota 2, right? Like, anything can happen, although the probabilities of that are very low. Mid-Rack's just going to follow with no defense. They need Mikado around to make a play. They're just going to try to find farmer they can. It looks like they're just going to get Mega'd. Now, against Megas, you at least have a Medusa, but they right back.
The Dota Plus already sitting at 0% right now, John. Onto the top racks they go. Zephyr going to try one last time, but the Mystic Flare is there to take down the Tiny, no problem. Savage going to try and fight back. Anna, he's got the cold embrace to protect him. He is taking literally no damage right now. The coil is in the lockdown chalice, but can you actually take the AM down? Not quite yet. KP, he's the one to drop. In goes Anna, right in the middle. Savage, he's out of mana once again. He's gone. GG, they have seen enough on the side of Talon. They will get taken down for game 1 by RNG.